Today we're going to be working with distorted points of view. I want you to box in this original plot right here, and I want you to go ahead and fill out this bottom coordinate points with what the information that you have at the top. Okay, now I want you to go ahead and turn to page 2. Guys, this is very similar to an activity that we have done before, but I want you to notice the process that we actually go through just to make sure you understood how to do this worksheet. So let's look at problem number 2. Problem number 2 says y equals f of x plus 2. So remember, I'm going to take all of my x values and I'm going to plug those in for anywhere I see an x. So here my process is going to be negative 4 plus 2. So once I write negative 4 plus 2, I know that that answer is going to be negative 2. And since I know that negative 4 plus 2 is a negative 2, remember what we did once we got our answer? We went back to the original table on the front page, and my answer for f of negative 2 is positive 2. So I put the positive 2 where the y value column is. So I want you to plot the point negative 4, 2 on the right-hand side where your graph is. And yes, to answer your question, you must graph these points. So I want you to go ahead and finish number 2. Let's look at another example. Let's flip the page, and let's actually look at example number 5. Okay, so here we're looking at problem number 5. It says y equals f of x, and my plus 2 is on the outside. So again, let's work with the process. If I take my x values, so I'm still taking the same x values, and I'm going to plug them in where the f of x is. So here, I'm going to have f of negative 2 plus 2. Now, since I can't graph f of negative 2, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the table. And if I look at f of negative 2, my answer is positive 2. So here, I have 2 plus 2. So since I know 2 plus 2 is 4, the 4 is going to go in the y column. And again, you're going to plot the point negative 2, 4 on the right-hand side of my graph. Okay, so let's look at one more example. I want you to turn your page, and let's look at example 8. So looking at example 8, I have y equals f of 2x. So here again, we're going to take our x values and we plug it in where we see the x. So my first one is negative 1. So I'm going to have f of 2 times a negative 1. Well, 2 times a negative 1 is a negative 2. And so I'm going to go back to my chart and find out what f of negative 2 is. And f of negative 2 is a positive 2. So that positive 2 becomes my y value. Again, on the right-hand side, I want you to plot the point negative 1, 2. So here's what I like you to do. You're going to go ahead and finish this packet before you get to class. We will debrief for a few minutes, so make sure you understand how to do it. If you have a question, I will be more than happy to answer it when you get here, but we will have another assignment tomorrow when you get to class. So make sure that distorted points of view is due tomorrow in class. I will see you tomorrow.